deep for you. You're all I need to breathe. All I need is you. All I need is you. Can never pull me away. Time is standing still. Dive down deeper still. All I need is you. You're all I need to breathe. All I need is you.
All right. Hello. Check, check. I think it's working. Hold on one second. Alright. Alright, I think I'm ready to go. I think. I'm in the channel of the chat. Oh shit. And I'm unmuted. I'm not hearing it go blink blonk. I like it when Discord goes blink blonk. And I don't know why it's not doing it when I push my to talk. Alright, it's not my favorite. I like it otherwise, usually. But I suppose you can't always get what you want. So, I was out yesterday. I double streamed yesterday. It's a triple stream weekend. You know, here I am on the triple stream. I mean, if you count it as like a weekend. So, like, you know, I don't do a lot of pastafarian shit in the winter, but it's like cold, you know? It's so fucking cold. So, that's why I think we should build the pastafarian Rajneeshpuram. We should build that someplace where it's warm and we can get to, you know, a place to preach, like, pretty easy. Like, the thing that I like about where I live now is it's just a scooter ride down to the place where everyone preaches. Yesterday I saw Jehovah's Witnesses, and I suppose I'm leaving this guy to die if I leave him here. So I'm sorry that life is like this out here in the wild. Maybe we should turn it off because they're stupid, right? Like, that's the thing we can do. Those guys really make running around outside of the safe area difficult when I'm talking to somebody. So let's see if we can turn that off because of the reasons. I don't have to say because I already because'd it. Bindings, more bindings, audio and gameplay. We can keep the camera bob, I suppose. Let's enable the tutorials. Let's have disabled TARs. I suppose we'll just turn those off too, because player damage? Oh, what? That sounds perfect. No, I want to apply the changes. Is that this button? Let's go have a look. Not to, like, you know, be like, let's play this colourful baby game while we talk to people about important stuff, but, oh no! It's got, I enabled the tutorials. I suppose I should enable them. Disable them. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. It's being so bossy. It's making all kinds of, like, blink-blonk noises at me. Trying to, like, get my attention and stuff. So I really enjoyed those conversations we had yesterday. I think with Christian we sort of hit it. So as far as like what we said last week, because I've been thinking about the impossibility of the task that we're faced with. Sort of the idea of, like, people are born every day, and it used to be that sort of, like, human people, sort of, like, took their chances from day one kind of thing. Like, definitely a giraffe on day one is, like, you know, you can hang out with the other giraffes and, like, I suppose giraffes are mammals though, so I suppose they're involved in that kind of relationship from the beginning. But, like, you know, if you allow young people or young anythings to just sort of make their way in the world, they're gonna, like, it's gonna be dangerous. Like, you know, you're going to lose a lot of the young people. And so, you know, we as humans sort of didn't like that situation, right? So we have created a reality where, you know, we really make decisions for very, very young people, so to help them survive, right? They would make bad decisions on day one, because of how they're babies, you know. So we're like, hey, tell you what, baby, I'll like make all these decisions for you, like when you should cut your nails, and like, you know, I recall sort of like dealing with like, I thought I disabled all this. I guess I didn't save that. I gotta save it because we're gonna get killed out here. I can't come out this far, fucking, just running around talking to people. If someone hops into the fucking channel right now, we're fucking dead. So you know, we help people out, like especially like the people we are responsible for calling into existence, you know. We're like, hey people, let me feed you, and like you can live in my house for a while. Let's get one of, well, I don't really want to bring anybody back yet. You know, our home is, it's pretty cluttered as it is. We need to open a, I don't even know what I'm doing out here. Let's get the fuck out of here. This place is just fucking a whole new world. So many things I've got to fucking think about and deal with. I'm out of here. Thanks, but no. Let's go do our ranching back at home. Things are crazy out here. Oh no, I'm lost. Oh shit. I'm trying to get to there, I suppose. So, you know, in doing so, in that reality, we sort of have like, you know, it's very close. It's the idea of like freedom. Like they're not free to die. Like my child can't just be like, hey, I'm gonna just like fall off this thing and die. And I'm like, no, you can't even go up on that thing. So like no, the decisions you would make, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have to say no to that. And like, you know, as far as like, I'm not saying whether it's reasonable. I'm not saying like, you know, we better not. You know, I think it's very valuable. I think it's a good thing that we do that. But I'm just saying, you know, we do. Oh, look, there's the map up there. We can go grab that map. We do sort of like say, hey, you're my property for a while, and you know, it's reasonable. And there's this sort of, we got to figure out how that relationship sort of evolves into the reality that like you're not, you know, like you're not my property anymore. And you know, the other thing of like, I myself was somebody's property at one point, and like I hope to be my own property at this point, and sort of like, how did I become sort of a self, I guess a self. I don't know what else I want to add to that to sort of. I think you can see what I mean without me putting too many sort of qualifiers in there, or like trying to say what it implies or anything. So, you know, I think self is good enough. I don't have to explore the idea further. I think I've communicated it without trying to like, you know, I just ask the questions, because that's all we're doing here. We're just sitting here asking questions of people. Why do they believe what they believe? And they get so fucking angry, and they say that I'm fucking aggressive and confrontational, and it's like, you guys pick the time and date, and then you fucking You blame me for the tone. It's the weirdest fucking thing. They're on speakers calling me loud, you know. They're like, look at this guy yelling. They're screaming it across the street on the speakers. I don't know if you heard that that dude whose name I forgot across the street talking about me. Because of course he will fucking shout about me. And then when I'm shouting about them, they're like, the devil is in this guy. No, dude, I just think you guys suck. I just legitimately think you're wrong and a fucking jerk, right? Like, not only are you wrong, you're super rude about it. When I am, like, trying to be like, hey, so, you know, let's figure it out. You guys are like, the devil! Only the devil would say shit like this, you fucking evil motherfucker. And it's like, dude, you are fucking calling me names. And they're like, I'm just telling you how I feel. And it's like, alright, Jehovah's Witness. I feel like you guys are in a cult. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I feel like you being out here in the streets with these things is aggressive. I don't get to say I think you guys are aggressive. Like, I am showing them how aggressive I think they are. And they're like, wow, you're aggressive, right? And I was like, alright. Alright. You know, pastafarianism is, well, I mean, can be. I mean, I'm not telling you what it is. I'm just saying it can be. Fucking, this is what you look like, right? Like, that might be the very use of pastafarianism for a lot of people is like, I don't really agree with lots of the tenets or anything, but I do think I communicate to other people what they sound like with the tools of pastafarianism. That person's a pastafarian, right? I count it. They're in. They're like, I'm a pastafarian to do this. Like, that's a legitimate use of this one true religion. Duh. So easy to see the puzzles. Christians are definitely like, he's not a true Christian. Like, there is always the case that, like, it's kind of, it's the no true Scotsman's fallacy, but it's like, it's not really a fallacy, it's an argument avoidance. Like, there's definitely, it's a short circuit of thinking, like a way of staying non-critical. Thought stopping, I think, is the most descriptive way of it's more about the effect of it instead of the fallacy of it, because it's not like a fallacy. I think it is something like, you know, you're affirming the consequent, right? It's like, because the shape of it seems to imply a fallacy is causation, correlation, right? So I think that I think it's something different. Oh, that guy just like poofed out of the world. He was jumping for the shade, and then he's like, the sun is too bright. It's a harsh world out here, right? And these are free fucking slimes. I don't own these slimes, so, you know, they have the freedom to live and die the way that they see fit. And look, they seem joyful, right? Who am I to take that away from them? Though, you know, I will have some. Some will be owned by me. I'm not saying I'm against ownership. I'm saying, you know, I'm also for free slimes. Like, and you know, that's their world over there. Go ahead and live in it. That's great. I'll have this side of the map over here, and you know, this will be the dividing area, right? You guys can stay over there, and then I will have my experiments in here, and I'll mix genetics and figure things out. Hello, my yolky slime. Ha ha ha. Oh, huge pile of chickens. What should we do today, chickens? Like, what the hell am I doing in here? This is insane. So, I think I was in the middle of an essay, probably about freedom. I suppose I should title the essays so that we know when I'm doing it. Many of these sort of ideas are 3 or 4 ideas long, and you know, to fully explore an idea takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the idea. I'm not trying to say. I'm trying to say I can be verbose. Is that the right word? That's not the right word. Verboise? I don't know. What it basically means is talk a lot of shit. I can definitely do that. Or maybe it's the opposite of that word, which is probably verbose. Oh man, I don't know. Sometimes I use some words on the street and I'm like, oh shit, I better look that one up when I get home. So I do want to talk about the conversations that happened yesterday, because before anybody hops in. Oh, yeah. Well, I did talk about footsies though, right? Like I did. I thought that was funny how, but I did get to talk about footsies. So there was a guy yesterday. I think I did well with the Jehovah's Witnesses. I think the star is really like taking my attention right now. I really have to deal with this star that exists right here. Boink. Are you happy now, star? Will you please leave me alone? Here you go. Here's some cubers. There's quite a lot of these ones. You know, we can release them into the wild. Like, we don't have to have this many. There's quite a few of them. Look at them all. I'm sick of them. I want them to go away. But you know, let's sell their poop and make a lot of money. I think it's very like the money goes down the more we sell. So like, I don't know. There's another star here, guys. Sorry about that. Darkstrive Queen is here. Hi, Darkstrive Queen. You can't imagine how salty street preachers make me feel. They're making total idiots out of themselves and they don't even care what the fuck. I definitely like to engage with them. I definitely like to use satire on them. I like to mirror their behavior. I definitely like to play the game with them. As far as like, so what are the rules? Right? Like, what are you doing here? Okay, I'm doing that. Like, because I don't know how to explain to them how wrong they are, other than like, well, this is what you sound like, you know? Like, it really is the only sort of thing I attempt to do is be like, why are you doing that? And they say why, and I say, well, I have that. Or the Muslim does that like this. And so like, you know, justify, like, what does that look like from someone other than you to you? Like, when someone else is doing that, what do you think about that? And they're always like, well, it's different for me in this way. Like, immediately. I suppose I should wait until the sun goes down so that they, you know, have another night, right? Like, they lived a long time here, right? The ones that like live in the wild, they have a lifespan of a day, right? These guys stuck around for a month. What a great life they've been given. And the sun's going down, I think, at 1744, and we can release these into another night out here frolicking and rollicking with these pink bunny people. You know, it's the life of a slime. I didn't create this world that I just inhabit it, right? Like, I'm trying to sort of figure out how to minimize the misery in this universe are existent while maximizing profit. I think we can achieve both ends. You know, it's a min-max game that we're playing here. I gotta make some money, so they need to free up that real estate so that I can get some of these honey dudes in. And they're right through here. So I definitely, them being idiots, to come back to your point, Dark Strife Queen, it allows me to let myself be an idiot, you know, like, because they are real adults making real decisions and bringing their real kids out onto the streets. People live on that street. They chose that street, you know, like, they are making it confrontational because the role that they're playing in the live-action role-playing game in their mind is against another team, and there's two teams, right? And there's their team, and that's that very, very small group you see right there. Especially because people who aren't here tonight are backsliding, right? Like, you can go to as many Mormon episodes of live action theater, practically improvisational theater. You know, it was 3 hours in the fucking 80s. Like, if you go 50 weeks in a row, you miss a week, you come back and they're like, oh, I hope you weren't too sick, because that's the fucking only thing that can keep you from this, right? Like, there's only one good reason that you weren't here. You better have been fucking sick. I don't need that guy. I'm going the wrong way. If you're not at this one, the latest one, the present one, right? You're being unfaithful. You're right. So, like, the teams are them and everybody else. So, I do like playing the game, and I don't know why our team has to be the polite team, right? If they're out there being like, there's two teams, there's good guys and bad guys, and you're a bad guy, right? That's what they're saying, right? Well, they're definitely saying there's good guys and bad guys, and I'm a good guy. And they're saying you're not on my team, right? Those are all claims of the Christian position. Is that this is a justified holy struggle, and it's the most important project in existence. Sort of spiritual. I mean, they feel very comfortable classifying it as a war, right? Like, that's very common. A spiritual war, right? And they'll be like, but not physical, and they'll like say it so hard, like it means something, and it's like, okay, well, you know, not physical right now, but also, don't we have a word for that? Like, can we not clarify, right? Like, it's a we can talk about boxing without talking about it being war, right? It's physical. It's like a sport, right? There's other levels to striving against each other than the extremist, the most extreme thing, especially because, you know, conversation kind of works better if, you know, better way of framing. Oh, man, these sparkle they just like jingle jangle at me, and I'm like, shit, somebody's trying to give me a call on like this phone that I don't know where it is, and I don't know what to feed the thing either. So like, it's a mysterious cell phone that just shows up every once in a while. These are who we came here for, although those guys have already eaten somebody else's shit. So we definitely want people who don't eat. That guy just ate some shit. Jesus Christ. It is pretty gross out here as far as like how many people eat shit. It's not really hygienial, right? This guy might be one. We need a few though, right? Because we're not breeding them, we're just like holding them in my penitentiary. So, yeah, dude, let's play the idiot games, right? They are fully fucking just morons, but then doesn't that mean that real adults are morons and I get to really just sort of like not worry if I'm a moron, right? And just be like, no, dude! And they're like, wow, you're being aggressive, and I'm matching your aggression. You came out in the street, I came out in the street. Here we are talking in the street. And you guys are like, oh my gosh. We get it, dude. You don't agree. And it's like, I know, but also you're wrong. And they're like, oh, you're so pushy. And I'm like, oh my god, okay. Pushy, huh? I don't want this, I think. Out of those things that I have, I better go home because I have all the things I want. Fucking crazy that doing it back to them feels so aggressive to them. Like, they definitely understand. If you do it, you're crazy. Right? They're like, I know I'm doing something crazy, but... And it's like, okay, well... You know, and it's sort of, there's a way that they talk about it, and it happens every once in a while, and I don't know how to like capture it as far as like or elicit it. I don't really know what questions to ask to illustrate it, but I've heard it a couple times. The Christian will say something like, oh, it's hard to get into because that's my point, is I don't understand what leads them to say it. But it's basically the idea that the alternative is too bleak to contemplate. Like, yeah, I don't want to say the first part of the argument because I literally don't know what they mean when they're saying it. It comes up in the weirdest place, and I don't think I have recorded it, but like I've heard it where they say they already give the argument away. Like, they admit that they understand reality. Like they're like, so there's two ways it could be: the way it looks, or this is a test and it just looks this way and I'm a ghost and like I'm gonna live forever. And so like there sort of is this tacit the place that I've been driving this whole time for like 8 minutes now is there's this tacit confession of what the alternative would be. If this myth wasn't true, then reality would just be reality. It's kind of what they're saying. And like, yeah, like that's my point. Is like, you can definitely be like, this is how I wish it was, but what you're saying is, the way it is, I wish it wasn't. And you're like, what do you mean the way it is, right? Like, I don't know how to... I can't even think of when I've heard someone say it, but I definitely have a couple times seen it go by. So, but it is that idea of like, they know what the alternative is, and it just really isn't. It really isn't too bad. And a lot of times they talk shit about it, like, so what? This is all like random. This is all an accident. So there's no morality, huh? And it's like, I don't know who told you that. Like, that's. I don't know if you have derived that from things you were learning out here in non-mythology. What do these guys like to eat? They like fruits. I can get them some fruits. Like, someone's been telling you not good math about the way we do math out here. And, you know, that's fine. A lot of times in cults, they sort of misrepresent the arguments of the other side. And so that's why we're here, I guess, in Discord, waiting for people to come and talk to us about the many, many ways that Jesus lied to this whole reality. Because there's more to my argument. Like, Jesus, when they say, what did he lie about? I want to say he lied about hell. There's no such place. And they're like, blah, blah, blah. You can hear me saying it, like, months and months ago. Or years, I guess, at this point. Of, like, that's the thing that I would say. That's a lie. And then I would try to work my way to sort of, like, the John 18 thing. But, like, eventually, you know, I wanted that to be my fourth argument, but literally none of these people are, like, down for two, you know what I mean? Like, they are so black and white, and, if you've been talking to them for 20 minutes, they're like, how is this conversation still going? Like, the Jehovah's Witnesses said to me, we're not getting anywhere. And it's like, dude, go back and listen to the conversation and listen to how much traveling we've done. Like, I really would like to sort of draw the map out of the conversation to see, to prove him wrong. Like, the claim is that pastafarians are trying to go in circles, right? We're not going anywhere, talking without distance. But I am asking questions and receiving answers. You know what I mean? I'm like sorry, this is so gross. Hold on a second. This is what I have to deal with it. What, do I just hit it against a wall? This is so disgusting. Excellent. Did I miss it? Did I fuck it all up? That's just really, really gross what happened. Oh, here's some chickens. They are stony chickens. They were all over the place. 3 of them. I don't think I've seen that. It makes me uncomfortable that there were 3 of them in there. I don't know, man. That was a strange experience that we just had. I sort of have to handle that. I don't want these hens in here. I don't want the stony ones, right? Because nobody wants hens. Are you a hen? Oh, they're elder hen. I thought I had the thing that does the thing for that. Hey, come on, do your job. Jeez. Oh, what, I gotta push the button? Alright, who wants to eat some fucking chickens, bro? This game is stupid. I'm trying to talk about fucking the conversation I'm trying to have with these Christians. Hold on a minute. I'm in the middle of explaining something and I'm getting distracted by how dumb this game is, so my apologies. I'm getting rid of these guys too. They eat chickens right in front of me and they turn them into these little plorts and it's disgusting. It makes me ill. But I need the money! So because Jesus lied, the time where he said that he is the God that can't lie, we proved that that was a lie. And so that causes, and so that's like a third lie. I don't want to just talk about the one I can prove, which is the high priest asked him his gospel, and Jesus said, dude, I talked in public, go ask people. And like, he very clearly talked in private, a fucking separate thing, and I just cannot believe that people can be like, nah! And it just shows that, like, it really is this thought-stopping thing of like, we had to process new information, right? Like, while they were teaching us math and shit, we just had to be capable of processing it. And then as soon as we're like, okay, can I stop processing new information? The brain is like, yes, please. Can I please be done? Can I just run on what I've got? And it's like, no, dude, you're always like, we're always doing that. That's the process. It's not like, it's not the, you're not installing the software and then running it. It's not like this two-step thing. It's your brain is doing this. Your brain is already running the software, and this is the process that the software causes you to do. I don't know. I suppose something like that. But I mean, you know, that's not. I'm not talking about sort of like the reality of the situation. I'm talking about the contradictions of thought in systems of thought. I don't have to have the alternative answer to explain to a Christian. We had a guy in here a couple weeks ago that I asked what the good evidence would be, and he definitely said, explain how the world was created. And so, you know, if that was the argument you were willing to accept, and you were raised in, you know, Athens, you know, 2,400 years ago, like, you'd be accepting much different things. If that was the argument you were using, it would prove a different point at that time and place. It's not this universal argument that they're sort of like are pretending it is. Like, every time they give, these Christians have so many of these apologies that they haven't even like checked, you know, like, because they're only preaching their gospel, and Mormons did it too. They definitely said, do not Bible bash, and that's the way they said it in my mission of like, and you know, as far as like looking at it as the salesman, they're like, move on to the next sale, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't saying, like, they gave you all the reasons to not, and the reason they didn't give you, which is the reason that they thought about it in the first place, was, would you please get another cult member instead of talk to people about religion? Because, like, you know, yeah, that's what they're doing. It's just like another corporation, you know. They're just using like the tools at work, because that's what cults do. That's why they keep culting people. That's why these cults keep popping up. Is the tools work when you tell someone that you're a family, like, the thing responds in a way. And so, if you say it to elicit the response, you're being manipulative, and that's definitely sort of like you know, the way the corporate game is played, you know, like the idea of like, hello, welcome to McDonald's, you know what I mean, with a big smile, like, not to be, yeah, I don't know, not to be talking shit about capitalism again. I asked someone to talk about politics yesterday, and they declined, and I was so fucking happy because, yeah, dude, I do not want to fucking talk about politics. Jesus Christ. Like, how the fuck are we going to talk about politics when we can't talk about religion, right? Like, hold on, dude. I'm not on level 2, bro. I'm on level 1. I'm trying to figure out what religion I am. As far as I can tell, I'm pastafarian, and every time I say that to someone, they're like, I mean, really? And I'm like, dude, I mean, as far as I can tell, I've been pastafarian for like 8 years now. Like, hardcore pastafarian. Like, one of the fucking, most zealous pastafarians I know, you know? So, like, yes, I am. This is my religion, bro. And so I think there's sort of things that I did door knocking videos for pastafarianism, right? And I think they're funny, but like I don't like do them over and over because it really is like intrusive. Like it really is like the flavor of you know, the bad behavior of if Mormonism would just stop knocking on doors, kind of, it would be okay, right? If they just stopped having proselyting, right? If they said the time has come to let truth seekers come to us, like then it kind of would be fine. The idea of this, when they asked me, the Jehovah's Witness, when they asked me, why not leave, if two people have their own way, why not leave them alone? And, you know, I said I had a bunch of answers, and, one of the answers is, this fucking game gets real serious, you know? Is what the answer I gave. But the other answer is, because you came out here. Like, why not leave you alone? Because you did it. You're here. Here you are. What the fuck are you talking about? It's oh, hold on a moment. There's this Sammy right here. Just give me a moment. What? Hello? Hello? What? I guess it's nobody. That's what I thought. I thought it was nobody. I didn't even check. I just assumed it was nobody. Or maybe I assumed it was somebody by asking. But maybe that was just in case there was somebody. But I assumed there was nobody. That's weird. Like, it has been like 3 weeks of pretty quick dudes, but like I do get that Discord is like not the right place anymore, so maybe I should like open up another thing. Like I might be like, you know, because I'm on YouTube instead of like TikTok or whatever. Because, oh my god, dude, YouTube was a pain in my dick to figure out, and like, I don't know if I can figure out how to make money on TikTok, you know what I mean? Like, I barely made $100 on YouTube. How am I going to make $100 on TikTok now? But I am kind of glad that I can, like, go play a fun game. This game is weird. But, you know, I fed everybody. I did get these guys. I don't know why though. Look, they're just so bizarre. They're just all like bouncing around and like pooping. I'm gonna go like probably play Sea of Thieves or something. And I can't talk to people about Jesus while I'm doing that. So I will see you next week or whatever. Later, Pastor.